Hey guys, welcome on in. It's another Photoshop tutorial. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning about something called Photomerge in Photoshop. And what this allows you to do is basically take multiple photos that you've taken, say of a landscape or perhaps a 360-degree panoramic shot, multiple shots, and then Photoshop merges them all together for you, so you don't have to play the aligning game, or if you moved from your spot, like it'll reposition it exactly the way you like it. So at this point in time, hopefully you've downloaded these 5 photos here that I took at a Mariners game. Go Mariners. So download those photos, and what we're going to do is we're going to hop into Photoshop. Now, obviously this is the main screen here in Photoshop. Rather than creating a new canvas or opening up these photos, we're going to let Photoshop do all the work for us. I am talking a lot with my hands today. I don't know why. But anyway, we're going to go to File, so top left File. And we're going to go to Automate and Photo Merge there at the bottom. Okay. Now, Photo Merge is going to open up. Oh, it opened up on my other screen. It looks a little something like this. Okay. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to find our photos that we downloaded. So we're going to hit Browse. And I know I have mine right here in my photo folder. I'm going to hit OK. Now, before I choose anything else here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this vignette removal. So obviously, I want to blend these images together. So keep the check there. I'm going to choose vignette removal. And what that does is sometimes when you take a photo, you might notice that the edges of your photo become a little bit darker. What that's going to do is that's going to remove that, because we're going to slap all these together. You don't want dark edges coming together. That causes problems. So we're going to click vignette removal. Now the other options here get a little bit dangerous. Okay. And we talk danger, but it's nothing really. Geometric distortion correction. This basically corrects if you get like a fisheye effect. It will fix that in Photoshop. I'm going to leave that off for now. And then the last one says content aware fill transparent areas. Okay, that one gets a little tricky. I'm going to leave that off for now, and I'm going to explain why when we get to that point. We're going to end up doing it manually, but I'm going to leave that off. Okay, if you feel brave, feel free. Check that box. Photoshop will basically figure out any transparent areas. It'll fill it with what it thinks goes there. But again, I'm going to leave it off. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to leave it on auto. I'm going to let it kind of choose what it wants to do. So I'm going to hit OK. And what it's going to do is it's going to fly through these options. I'm going to move my little screen here. There we go. It's going to open up all these photos, and it's going to align them where it thinks that they all go. So we're going to give it a second. If you're doing more than like 7 or 8 photos, this can take a really long time. So that's what it ended up with. Honestly, pretty good results. Sometimes you'll do this and it'll freak out, and it'll do like a line of photos and then another line of photos. Not quite what you're looking for. If you're planning on doing a lot of photos all at once, on the computers that we have here in the lab, sometimes they don't handle that processing. They don't quite have the processing power to do that. You might have to do 5 at a time, get it the way you like it, save that as a PDF, do the next 5, save that as a PDF, do the next 5, save that as a PDF, and then merge those merged PDFs together. Not PDFs, PNGs is what I'm saying. Man, it's early. Anyway, all those merged PNGs together, then merge those together. So it's only merging like 3 photos instead of 15 photos. I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know. So this is what we came up with. And now obviously you see all these transparent areas. If we had clicked or fill the transparent areas, then we wouldn't have any transparent areas. It would be this AI generated nonsense here. And sometimes, as we know, sometimes it does a good job and sometimes it doesn't. So what we're going to do here is we are going to crop down our photo. Okay. So I'm going to hit the little crop button here, and I am going to crop this in. Now, the bottom part of my photo here doesn't matter a whole lot to me. So I'm going to crop that in. I'm going to crop it in all the way. That'll work. I'm going to crop in the sides. You can see that I'm getting rid of that transparent area there. That's not going to matter to me there. And the top, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave the top where it's at. Okay. Time to go to class. I'm gonna hit enter on my keyboard, and that's gonna lock in my crop. And now, as you can see, I have this transparent area up here, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do first is, if you like what you see here, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to merge our layers together. So if we right click down here, I'm going to choose to flatten the image. So that's going to compress everything together so we have no more layers, okay? Now, here's where I can start making edits, okay? Now, a couple things that I see. First of all, I see that the roof looks a little bit goofy here. Again, super small thing. If you don't want to change it, you don't have to. But I'm going to grab my spot healing brush tool and just run it across the top here and just kind of smooth that out a little bit. Whoop. That'll work. From a distance, can't even tell. Okay. And look for any other imperfections that you want to get rid of. I'm going to leave this guy yelling at this guy because what am I going to do about it? Everything else looks about the way I want it. Okay. Now we are going to fill in this transparency up here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to quick selection tool. I'm going to select the white areas of my photo. When we flattened the photo, it got rid of our transparencies. So I'm going to select that section up here. Okay. If we have a little bit of overlap, not a big deal. Okay. So now that I have that selection, I'm going to go to Edit, Content Aware Fill, and it's going to try and fill it in. Now, as you can see over here, it does a really good job at filling in the sky. So I knew it would, so I knew that wasn't a problem. What I'm worried about is what it did to the actual building itself. And you can see it's got some goofiness here. We're fine with it. I'm gonna hit current layer. I'm gonna stack it all together. I'm gonna hit OK, Control D to deselect. And then again, spot healing brush tool if you have things that you wanna fix. Oops, not that, spot healing brush. Get rid of that little seam there. Okay, perfect. So there it is. Now what I can do is, now that I have everything the way I want it, I have everything flattened, I can go to adjustments and I can make some changes to adjustments. So I'm gonna bump up my gamma correction and my exposure just to kind of get that haze out of there. Okay, I don't want to bump up exposure too much because then it gives me that like neon green field. Bump it up to about there. I'm gonna go brightness contrast. I love me some contrast. Okay, and turn down the brightness a little bit. And you can make whatever changes you like, but that's what I'm looking for. So what we've done now is we've taken 5 photos in sequence and stacked it into one photo that we can edit the way that we want to edit it. So that is perfect. That is exactly what we want. File, export, quick export as PNG, save it, turn that in, tutorial done. Good work. All right, good luck guys.